What's up YouTube, it's Clormo for another video in my Logic Pro X tutorial series, still with Alchemy, and today I'm gonna do probably the quickest video that I have done to date, and I'm gonna talk about source, sampler, element controls. Not much to discuss here, and this is in preparation to going to the last tab, which is the BA element controls, and then delving into all the sampling parameters that we have in detail in Alchemy. So I just want to get this out of the way real quick. Let's go into the Alchemy window. I don't have a preset for this video because I just want to go right away and pick up where we left with granular. I'm actually using the same type of, actually the same sample that I loaded. I even kept the same parameters that I ended that video with. And let's talk about sampler a little bit. So the sampler section allows audio files to be played directly. So same thing that we have done with the ESX24, which is Logic's old sampler. If you don't know about that, check my videos. I talk about that there on a few videos. So Alchemy is capable of doing the same thing. Samples played at a higher pitch than the original will play back at a faster speed, same as the ESX24. Samplers with a lower pitch will play at a slower speed, and that's something that you control with the speed knob, right? The waveform window still is going to be a factor here for sampler. As I mentioned in the granular video, you're going to see the waveform of the actual sample. So if I change the sample here to something louder with sharper transients and longer, it's going to show here in my waveform. So that nothing changes there. That's something that you cannot do or see in the ESX24, for example. So that's good because you don't have to go back and forth into your track to see your audio information. You're going to see it there, right there in the window. That's great. Something that I didn't mention from the waveform is this bar here, which is more like a progress bar. That's going to tell you the current playback position of the triggered note. Here I have this, so many notes there that if you noticed when I press play, you're gonna see this just going, you see, kind of the progress bar doesn't get to the full length of the sample because I am triggering different nodes pretty quickly. So if I would depress a node that lasted for, I think it's kind of like a full bar for the sample, then the playhead would move completely to the very end, and then for the next node it will restart at 0. Nothing that complicated to understand. So just to kill this real quick, let's just talk about these three guys here. The on and off button will enable it or disable it, and let's just play. If I turn that off, the sample isn't going to be heard. If I turn off the granular, which is what I used to analyze the actual sample, then I don't get any sound. So that's why they are both independent of each other, and they work independent of each other. The volume knob is going to set the output level of the sampler, and when multiple elements are used, this is just going to set your output level relative to the other elements. Keep that in mind. I've noted that before. It's good to recap that just in case you run into problems when you try to make it louder or try to make some of the other elements more prominent over the sampler. Then this reverse button here is just going to play the sample in reverse. And one note that I want to make here that's important to note is that if the loop mode in the main source section is set to /back, it will also enable this parameter to play in reverse. And we have seen that before. I've already discussed the forward and back dynamic in a previous video, and we're gonna go and, like I said, delve more in depth into all the other sampler focus parameters from Alchemy, and also see there some of the another version of the looping mode. So we're gonna see that later. Let me just play that in reverse. Notice how the play bar now is just playing this section here. It's more like a dying, you know, when the sound is dying and the attack is ending. Might come in handy for some applications. And anyway, with that, I'm gonna leave you for this short video. In the next video, we're gonna talk about BA element controls, which is the last of those source element controls, and from there we're gonna go deep into Alchemy, into those meteor elements from it, and getting into some serious sound designing and automating and manipulation of samples, which is one of the things that I want to get to real quick to Alchemy, because I want to show you how good it is at manipulating samples and how you can stray away a little bit from the ESX24 and transition more into Alchemy and get, in my opinion, better sounding results. Okay, thanks for watching. As usual, help me share and spread the word by subscribing to my channel, liking, disliking, commenting, contacting me on social media, email, or on my webpage. All the contacts are there in the graphic below in the border of the video. See you in the next one. Peace out, YouTube.